Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Kansas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Just a couple of announcements before we get started. You are about to hear from 5 colleges and universities who will each speak for about 6 minutes on their own college. And during that time, you can ask questions. I hope you will ask questions. Use that Q&A button you can see on your screen to address questions to any of our panelists at any time. Your camera and your microphone are turned off, so the panelists won't be able to see or hear you. Really, the only means you have to connect with them is the Q&A feature. And they want to hear from you. Ask questions about each college, about college application process. Really, anything related to college admission is fair game there. So also, this is just one of many different sessions happening. There are a couple of additional blocks of sessions happening today, so be sure to sign up for some others. The session is being recorded, as are all of the other sessions, and they'll be available in about a week's time at strivescan.com/Kansas. So check back on that website to revisit. I'd like to now turn it over to our presenters. We have first Iowa State University.
Thank you, Josh, and welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Like Josh mentioned, we do only have 6 minutes to do this presentation, so I'm going to go ahead and throw a lot of information at you all. If you have any questions throughout the presentation or afterwards, please go ahead and utilize the Q&A. My name is Rafael Mendoza Nunez, and I'm one of the regional admission counselors for Iowa State University. Getting started, let's talk about where Iowa State is. We are right in the middle of the state of Iowa. We are located in small town of Ames. We're about 45 minutes from Des Moines. We are a very nice college town, total population of 60,000 people. Out of the 60,000, 35 are college students. So everywhere you go, you're going to be seeing young faces, people you recognize occasionally from campus. So definitely encourage you all to go visit campus if you get a chance. We are doing in-person visits as well as virtual visits. So if you, for some reason, can't make it on campus, I definitely encourage you all to try to do a campus visit virtually. Why Iowa State? What do we have to offer? We have hundreds and thousands of different study abroad opportunities for our students. Every college in Iowa State has their own study abroad office. Although we are the largest university in the state of Iowa with 30,000 students, we have the ability to manage a 19-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So you're still able to talk with your professors, and if you have any questions, kind of build that connection. We do also have over 900 clubs and organizations on campus, whether they go from academic, multicultural, social clubs, anything you can kind of think of, we have it at Iowa State. And if we don't have what you're looking for, we make it very easy for you to be able to start your own club and organization. For those of you that are into sports, we are part of the Big 12 Conference, NCAA Division I. At Iowa State, we have 6 different academic colleges: the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, Ivy College of Business, College of Design, College of Engineering, College of Human Sciences, and the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Within these 6 different academic colleges, we're able to offer over 100 different academic majors, wide variety of different options, different fields. So I highly encourage you all to check those out. And if you, for some reason, see that we don't have what you're looking for, I recommend reaching out to the admissions counselors, myself, and see, we could have the same major. It could just be named a little bit differently. So once again, make sure you're having communication with your counselors. Why Iowa State? You're able to be a part of specialized programs. So for those of you that are interested in vet school and weren't aware, Iowa State was the first public school to have a vet school. For those of you that are interested in law school, Iowa State has a special program called the 3+3 program, in which you're able to earn both your bachelor's degree and your law degree in 6 years instead of 7. We also offer over 100 different research opportunities on campus. We have over 100 different research labs on campus, whether they vary from the hard sciences, chemistry, biology, things like that, or a little bit more on the social sciences, sociology, psychology majors in that aspect. One of the biggest things that we are proud to say at Iowa State is that 96% of our students who graduate from Iowa State tend to have a job offer or get into a graduate program 6 months after graduation. So huge percentage in the perfect amount of time. One of the biggest things that we're also proud of at Iowa State is our campus. It is an absolutely beautiful campus. We are among the top 25 most beautiful campuses in the nation. So whenever you come to visit campus, it is beautiful to walk through, very relaxing, and it has a huge park field. For our tuition and fees, we're looking for out-of-state tuition at about $24,508. Room and board is around $9,000. If we do not require our freshmen to live on campus their first year. So depending on what your circumstances or what you and your family decide, you can go ahead and live off campus if you would like. Here are our social media pages. I encourage you all to check those out as well. Definitely our Instagram. Lately, we have been doing a lot of student social media takeovers. So you're able to go on there, see what a day in the life of a college student is like, and ask them direct questions, how their adventure is going at Iowa State and how everything's been going for them, how they've managed through higher education, and just anything that you might want to ask a student. We also do have a parent Facebook page for those parents to stay in communication with each other and have the ability to, ask questions and just stay informed. Here is my personal contact information. If you all want to go ahead and take that down, feel free to reach out to me with any questions that you may have. Like I mentioned, I did go through a lot of general broad information, but if you have any of those specific questions, let me know and I'd be more than happy to answer those for you all.
Thank you so much, Rafael. And now we will hear from Erica from Colby Community College.
Good morning. How is everybody today? Let me get the right screen here for you. So I am Erica Moore. I'm an admissions counselor here at Colby Community College, and we're just gonna so let's get started here. First thing is, I don't know what just happened. My entire system just crashed. Yeah, my entire computer is locked up. Oh, nice. Great. Awesome. Just what I wanted.
Erica, maybe we can, if you need a minute, we could skip over you and come back. Is that, did you get it?
Is it back? I don't know. Give me just a sec here. Let me see. I don't know why everything crashed. Okay, is it back? Can you see it?
Yep, we can see your.
Okay, so let's try this again. Let's see if it works. I am in Colby Community College, which is in Colby, Kansas. So I'm right up here in the very northwest corner. This is my tuition rates. So you can look at all of these prices. If you live in Nebraska, Colorado, Missouri, Oklahoma, or Texas, you're going to pay a regional price, which is great. But I think most of my students here are from Kansas, so you're going to pay a pretty cheap price to go to school. We like to say that we're a good stepping stone for students that aren't quite sure what their four-year plan is going to look like. So we're kind of a good foundation for that, but we also have some specialty programs that will get you out the door in 2 years. We do not require that our freshmen live on campus, which is great. However, we highly encourage it, and we range anywhere between single living or double occupancy. So you could have roommates or not. We have private bathrooms. You will have to share it with your roommates, but other than that, it's no community bathroom, so you're not with everybody in the entire world. So that's kind of awesome that you don't have to have those big community showers. Next up is activities. We do a lot of fun things on campus. We have Welcome Week, which is the first week of classes in the fall, where we do events every single night. So you're out of your dorm room immediately making friends and connections to have some fun while you're here on campus. So it's always a good idea to stay connected through email and all of the flyers and things like that that we post around campus. And here's just some pictures of what we did on Welcome Week this year. We also have great athletic centers here on campus. Those are for free for students to use. So you guys can just walk in when those are open and go ahead and get involved and, you know, get your workouts in and things like that. We also have over 11 varsity sports on campus. So you can go to all of those games for free or possibly play a sport. Just get in contact with me or send us your recruiting information on our website. So you can maybe get some scholarship monies for things like that. We also have over 60 academic programs here on campus. They are a wide range, so it's kind of awesome that we are a community college that offers such a wide range of things like psychology, pre-med, things like that. We also have nursing and vet nursing and all of those specialty programs as well. So kind of awesome that they hit really, really broad and spectrumed. We also have a farm on campus. So this is kind of awesome that we have this. We are giving our students hands-on abilities. So they walk out into the workforce and say, I already know how to do most of this work because I've had the hands-on experience with it. This is just kind of our nice little top sheet that tells you some of the really important things that might matter to you. We have a 15-to-1 student teacher ratio. So we are small. Our average class size is 25 so that your professors know who you are. You kind of get that one-on-one time with them. And you're not in just a big lecture hall with a whole bunch of students and struggling through that. So we really like to provide that very personal experience when you're here on our campus. We also have 6 technical programs. And the best part is that we do have a 4-day class schedule. So no class on Friday. It's a 3-day weekend every weekend, which is kind of great. And also we are #1 in graduation rates among Kansas community colleges. So I always kind of laugh and say that we will shove you out the door if we have to, because we really care that you guys are successful and actually make it to graduation. This is a quick thing here just to come see me on campus. You can meet with me virtually or actually come tour the campus. So we will give you kind of a personal one-on-one experience, and it's probably the best way to get here and talk to your advisors and see kind of what our little campus has to offer you. So you can do that by calling me at that phone number there, or you can schedule your visit. And then this last part is just a little contact sheet. If you are interested in Colby Community College, you can fill this out, and then we will get you put onto our mailer list and all of that fun stuff and keep you up to date on everything that Colby has to offer. So I think I will turn it over to whoever's next.
Thank you, Erica. Next, we will be hearing from Northwest Kansas Technical College.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started here. I'll take over the screen, get this shared. Okay, so my name is Jack Polifka. I am a recruiter here at Northwest Tech. I also am a student. I graduated from our college here this last May out of our precision agriculture program. So I'm kind of just going to tell you a little bit about some of the things at Northwest Tech today. So first thing is, why join the Maverick family? So our mascot is the Maverick, and it's kind of the theme of that is being unique or going the path less traveled by. And when we talk to our students, we ask them, how would you describe Northwest Tech in one word? About 85% of the time, the students chose the word family. And so we take that really to heart and try to maintain that reputation through some of the things that we really value. Things like hands-on education, affordable tuition, and what makes us unique is being a technical education with more of the traditional college experience that you may not get at another tech college. So that's broken down into a couple things. So we're a small college. We're here in Goodland, Kansas, way on the west side of Kansas, right on I-70. Our student instructor ratio is about 14-to-1. Our campus size is roughly about 400 students. The president has an open door policy. So something that's cool with our college is you get to know the president of the college. He gets to know you. You'll know each other by name and be able to talk that way. And we have a 91% placement rate across campus. The next thing is our 15 technical programs. So they're broken down into 4 different divisions. So we have our transportation division, which is made up of auto body, automotive technology, and the Kansas Institute of Diesel Technology. Up next will be our information technology, So in this division, we have business technology, cloud computing and app development, computer graphics technology, and precision agriculture technology. In our health and human services, we have cosmetology, crime scene investigation, medical assistant, and respiratory therapy. And then finally, in our construction division, we are made up of carpentry, electrical technology, engineering technology, and welding. So something that's cool about all these classes is we keep our class time to a minimum. Being a technical college, we think it's really important that you get the hands-on time in the shop or in the lab environment, actually doing the things that you were demonstrated in class. Your instructor showed you how to do it, explained why. Now let's actually go get our hands on and do it. Other than that, jobs to get on there are really good. We do have really good industry partnerships with all those divisions. The next thing that's important to us is our affordable tuition. So we have flat rate tuition up to 30 credit hours a semester with no out-of-state tuition. So it costs the same no matter what state you're coming from. It costs the same no matter what department you're taking, and you can take up to 30 credit hours a semester for the same price. Our year tuition is $8,450, so $8,450. That covers the year for whatever department you go to, and up to 30 credit hours a semester. The QR code on screen will take you to our scholarships and more page. If you have any questions about what scholarships Northwest Tech offers, you can always hop onto that QR code and check out what we have. Now getting into that traditional college experience. Some of the things that make us unique as a tech college is having collegiate athletics. We compete in softball, men's basketball, wrestling, men's and women's track and cross country, women's basketball, and men's and women's competitive shooting sports. Adding to that, we also have housing. So most technical colleges don't have housing on campus, but we do have 4 housing options, 3 on campus and 1 off. So there's a kind of a little bit of a choice for you to make there. We also do have an on-campus cafeteria that provides 19 meals per week. They're all buffet style, so you can go through, get as much or as little as you want. And then kind of bringing it back around and wrapping it together with the student experience is student life. So we try to put a pretty big importance on our student life. A couple of those things that can do that is our stable, which is our little bit of our student hangout cafe type area. They do live music, poetry nights, trivia nights. They watch all kinds of sports in there. It's kind of a student hangout when you're not in class working or practicing for your athletics. Then we also do a lot of intramural sports tournaments. So if you're interested in that, we compete against other departments. So one department will compete against another in a tournament style fashion, and that'll keep you busy there. And then Grad Fest is just a celebration. As you get to your graduation year, we have a big celebration with food, games, and everything you can think of to celebrate your accomplishment of getting through college. If you do want to come out and visit us, we are allowing on-campus visitors and shadow days. So you can kind of follow the directions on screen of where to go to request a campus tour. It's a pretty short form you can fill out, and you can come out and see us whenever you have time. If you are ready to secure your position as a future Maverick, you can apply now. Our application is absolutely free. Again, a really short form you can fill out. You can just scan the QR code or use the website on screen and do that at your leisure. If you do have any questions, you can always contact any of us in admissions at Northwest Tech at admissions@nwktc.edu. And with that, I believe I will pull up our social medias. So where to find us, you can find us on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Here's some of our social medias we do have available. And with that, I will be open up for questions, and I will let the next college take over.
Thank you, Jack. And next we will hear from the University of Missouri.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aaron Cook, and I am with Mizzou Admissions. I'm actually based in Kansas City, Missouri, 2 hours west of Columbia, Missouri, and I am in charge of the Kansas City metro area and the entire state of Kansas, so I would be your admissions rep going through the entire process. University of Missouri is the oldest public university west of Mississippi River. We were founded in 1839. We are a registered botanical garden of about 1,200 acres, 6,000 trees on campus as well. Our student population is about 30,000 students, 23,000 undergraduate students, and the rest at the graduate level. You can see our students come from every county in the state of Missouri, plus all 50 states and 128 countries to be specific. Something unique about Mizzou is that we are one of 18 institutions around the country that actually service the state as a land grant and a AAU institution. Typically in states, you would have a university of blank that would be an AAU institution or a flagship institution, and then a blank state university that is typically the land grant, serving as many citizens as they can of that state. Again, we are unique where we actually service both populations. And so you're going to see disciplines like journalism, business, law, medicine, agriculture, engineering, and veterinary medicine all on one campus. So we are thankful that we have that connection to our state. Here's a little bit closer look where our students are coming from. Those gold states, obviously kind of the bread and butter. 65% of our students come from Missouri naturally. Illinois, Texas, Kansas make up the top 4. So if you do come across the state line, you will definitely not be alone. There'll be plenty of Kansans to hang out with. Columbia, Missouri, if you're not familiar, again, is 2 hours away from St. Louis or Kansas City in either direction. 120,000 people, so the quintessential college-sized town. You're looking at an aerial of our downtown. You can see there's no skyline, no skyscrapers. It's that traditional college town feel. You walk through the archway of the School of Journalism and you're in downtown for a slice of Shakespeare's Pizza, Booch's Burgers, Sparky's Ice Cream, all the fun stuff. It is a very nature-loving town as well. And then 2 real big cultural festivals happen, one in the fall, one in the spring, that our students really rally around when they are not on campus. They are definitely active in our community. Students apply directly to their major as an incoming freshman if they know what that major is going to be, and we have more than 300 to pick from. So our top 5 as far as popularity goes, just from students picking them: health science, business, journalism, engineering, and nursing. Doesn't mean they're the only good 5. Those are just the 5 most popular that we see students typically selecting. We do accept applications with test scores or as test optional. So whichever one is going to suit you best, you're more than welcome to apply through our website or through the Common App. We have more than 600 clubs and organizations on campus. That's going to range from Greek life, fraternities and sororities, to intramural sports, to religious, to political, to social organizations. We do have 20 Division I sports in the SEC as well, and we are pretty rare in the SEC that students can have an all sports pass, guaranteeing yourself a seat at every home game of all 20 sports. We pride ourselves on what we call the Missouri method. You can see it's hands-on learning. So we have engineering students doing their thing, digital storytelling students with the VR equipment. Most notably, we have our own broadcast studio. So it's actually the only one in the entire country that our students are actually working in a network affiliate. It's owned by the University of Missouri. It's called KOMU, and it covers 16 mid-Missouri counties. Our students deliver 6.5 hours of live television every day, 365 days a year. So pretty special to get to walk away with a digital file of the actual network experience. But again, it's not limited to journalism. You're going to get this hands-on learning in every one of our majors on our campus. Real quick about financing education. Obviously, that's a big piece of that. We do award automatic scholarships for test students or test optional students all the way through June or July of your senior year when you meet the criteria. Those could range up to $18,000 for out-of-state students. They are stackable with competitive and general awards, and you can see that all of our scholarship deadlines are December 1st. So the easiest way to remember is if you're actually submitting an application, it's going to be due December 1st of your senior year. Bottom of the screen, really important to Kansas residents, you can see that the state of Missouri has a direct, straightforward pathway to residency. This means that if you're not getting one of our large merit-based scholarships, you can take upon yourself your freshman year to become a in-state resident temporarily while you're getting an education at Mizzou, and this eliminates that out-of-state tuition for all out-of-state students that choose to petition during their freshman year. We are open for business as far as visits go. We encourage you to come visit us. You would go through a 45-minute overview presentation with a 75-minute walking tour with one of our current students. Go inside the rec center, go inside the res halls, dining halls, all the academic buildings. Everything feels the same, just looks different because of the size of the crowds that we are limited to. So we do have much smaller groups right now. Lots of virtual opportunities as well. So I think that's something that's unique about the pandemic, as we've kind of opened up our doors virtually so that you can kind of get a first look maybe before stepping on our campus as well. Finally, here's my contact info. That is my cell phone number. You're more than welcome to call me or text me after today if you do have any questions about Mizzou or the college search process. I'm more than happy to help you. Email address is pretty straightforward, askaaron@missouri.edu. Finally, you're more than welcome to follow me on Twitter at Mizzou Aaron. That is my professional account. I promise I will not follow you back. I know that's your personal space and I'm not going to impede on that, but I do like to share a lot of Mizzou information for you. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much, Aaron. And next we will hear from Bethel College.
All right, give me a minute to pull up my screen. All right, everyone can see it?
Yep, looks great.
All right, perfect, thank you. Okay, so hello from Bethel College. My name is Casey Wilson. I'm from Sterling, Kansas, so I've lived in Kansas my whole life. And I'm one of the admissions counselors here at Bethel. I actually graduated from Bethel in 2020 with a degree in chemistry and a pre-med focus, be headed to med school here in a few months. So as a student, I was involved in tennis, choir, theater, and many clubs on campus. I loved living on campus and getting to know everyone, made some great friendships here. One of my favorite memories was actually playing the lead in our annual musical and sharing the stage with many of my closest friends and my now fiance. So a little bit about Bethel. Bethel is a private four-year college located in North Newton, Kansas, which is about 30 minutes north of Wichita. We have about 500 students on campus from all over the country and around the world. So most of our students do live on campus in the dorms and participate in various athletics, fine arts, other activities, etc. Bethel is affiliated with the Mennonite Church, which is a branch of Christianity. And although we were founded by Mennonites, only about 25% of our students identify with that denomination. I was not Mennonite, so you will definitely not be alone if you were not raised Mennonite. And even though we're a religious college, there is no requirement to attend chapels on campus, church services, anything like that. Although there are many opportunities to get involved in both if that's your jam. That's always what I tell my students. Because of our beautiful campus and small student population, Bethel is a really tight-knit community. It's really focused on that community and establishing a family hometown feel. You'll get to know just about everybody on campus in your first semester or two. And then finally, Bethel's mascot is the thresher, or the threshing stone, based on the historic farm tool that the people used when they first immigrated to the United States, the Mennonite people, symbolizing hard work, community, and dedication. And you can see it in our logo on the top left of that screen. So now we're going to talk a little bit about academics. So Bethel has a strong history of academics, and we offer a variety of over 40 areas of study. Some of our top programs include education, nursing, pre-med, and social work. And we just added a brand new biochemistry and molecular biology major that was developed specifically for students interested in going into medical or health fields after college, which I'm super excited about. We also have an I major, which is a way to major in a degree that Bethel doesn't technically offer. If you see an area that you want to study, we can actually create a major for you to make sure you graduate with the degree that you want. So the possibilities are really endless there. You'll have your own academic advisor from day one, so you're never on your own figuring out your class schedule. We also offer free tutoring services on campus, as well as free counseling and mental health services. Bethel was actually recently voted the #1 college in Kansas for bachelor degrees, and we are #1 in the state for students who go on to earn a PhD or MD degree. So if you're looking to go past your bachelor's degree, it's a great place to be. So now let's talk about some of the ways to get involved. There are tons of opportunities to get involved while at Bethel. Like I said, I was involved in a bunch of different areas, including sports, music, art, theater, forensics, and more. We've done really well with our athletics recently, and we recently sent our men's basketball, women's basketball, cheer team, forensics, track, etc., to the national tournament, so that's super exciting. In addition to sports, we have a number of choral and instrumental ensembles, and our theater department puts on 2 yearly shows. Like I said, I was heavily involved in that. Beyond the traditional performance routes, students can also get involved in things like Student Activities Council, student government, clubs, the school paper, literary magazine. We have our very own radio station, which I really enjoyed being a part of, and many more. If you're not seeing a club that you're wanting to join and you see a gap where we need something filled, you can go ahead and create your own club. I did that while I was here, created a club that I saw a need for. was president of it for a couple of years, and it's now thriving after my graduation. So now let's take a minute to talk about financial aid. I know talking about money can sometimes be scary, especially at a private college, but I promise Bethel is dedicated to helping students make college affordable, and we do that by offering a bunch of scholarships. So first, every single student receives an academic scholarship based on your high school GPA, no ACT required. And then second, you have the opportunity to be scholarshiped from your activities, so sports, music, theater, etc. We also offer career pathway scholarships that allow you to earn scholarships while being involved in areas related to your major. For example, a business major could work in the campus store and work with marketing there. There are some additional scholarships as well for certain departments, legacy students, and of course, based on your FAFSA. So speaking of the FAFSA, if you haven't filled it out and you're a senior this year, be sure to get on that so we can build you a scholarship package. And then on top of that, Bethel was ranked 57th out of 800 colleges and universities in the US for best financial aid, and we are the #1 small Kansas college for highest earning grads. So we're gonna set you up really well as far as money is concerned. So let's talk about some of the fun things that happen on Bethel. We have a ton of opportunities for travel and study abroad. Bethel was built on traditions, and we have several fantastic traditions for our students, including our Fall Fest homecoming, mud volleyball, which you can see there. So let's just take a few seconds to talk about next steps. So now it's time for you to get started. A great first step is to apply to Bethel. Let us know you're interested. You can see some of the links for that there. Our app is completely free. It's online. It takes only 10 minutes. So it's really easy to do on the car ride home or something like that. And once you applied, all we need is your transcript. Like I said, no ACT required this year or next year. And another great step would be to come on a campus visit. You can see our campus stuff right there. And each person we are able to meet with virtually in person, depending on what you want. So I'll go ahead, and if anyone's interested, drop these links in the chat. But other than that, thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much, Casey. And we do still have a bit of time left with our panelists, and each of them have shared a good amount of information with us, but I would welcome additional questions. It's not too late to ask questions. So if there are things you're wondering, please put them in the Q&A box. And otherwise, I'd invite all of our panelists to come back and turn on their cameras, and we'll just go quickly and ask each of them maybe in 20 or 30 seconds to share some interesting or fun fact about your college that you haven't already shared with us. It can be a special academic program, maybe a famous alum, a fun tradition, but something that that makes us remember you that you haven't told us already. And let's go first with Iowa State. Raphael.
So a favorite tradition that we have at Iowa State, I would say that is my favorite, is called Destination Iowa State. And it's usually a big event that we throw at the beginning of each semester. And it's kind of just it's out kind of just in our general central campus. And all of our over 900 clubs and organizations are present. And there's free food, and students just kind of go out and about and learn about the different clubs and organizations that we have on campus, and are able to kind of just hang out, listen to live music, just have a good time. Things definitely looked a little bit different due to COVID this last year, but we are hoping to slowly get it back to normal.
Great, thank you so much. And Erica from Colby Community College.
So we have a lot of free stuff here on campus, just facilities and things like that are for students. So we have like free laundry, free printing. We don't charge you for a whole heck of a lot here on our campus, which is pretty nice. And you guys are more than welcome to facilitate your own clubs and things like that. So that's kind of fun too, that you have that authority to make your own clubs and make your own kind of fun while you're here on campus.
Great, thanks. Jack from Northwest Kansas Technical College.
So I think one thing that's kind of interesting here, especially even seeing it as a student here, being here in Goodland, Kansas, of a town of only 4,000 people and a class or campus size of only 400 people, we're pretty well represented with diversity. We have students that come from all different countries, all over the nation. you would be surprised just the amount of people you can meet while you're here. So there's a lot of things. Some of our students have even mentioned that, you know, they grew up in small town Kansas, have lived in a town that small all their life, and they're meeting people from France, Kenya, Australia, you know, all these other places that you still get that kind of college, going out, meeting new people, getting those experiences, even though we are a pretty small campus size.
Thank you, Jack. And now the University of Missouri, Aaron.
Yeah, traditions are big on our campus. And if you go to a high school that celebrates homecoming, you're welcome, because we actually invented homecoming in 1911 when our athletic director, Chester Brewer, told our alumni to come home, and that coined the phrase of homecoming. So our homecoming is about a month long on our campus, and it brings 100,000 people back to our campus. And there's actually a lot of service that goes along with it as well. So our students run the country's largest blood drive for American Red Cross. Our students will build 8 houses for Habitat for Humanity. They partner with downtown businesses to decorate their businesses for when the alumni come back. So just a really special fall event on our campus.
Thanks, Aaron. And now Casey from Bethel College.
Yeah, so since my first visit, I've always thought one of the coolest things about Bethel that really caught my eye was that in 1960, during the Civil Rights Movement, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. actually spoke at our college. Because of that, we have a really strong connection to social justice and peaceful protest within the Bethel community. And also because of that, we have a huge MLK Day celebration every year to honor that connection with Dr. King. And one of the common speakers who comes is actually one of the leaders of the Black Lives Matter movement, who is actually a Bethel alum. So I've always thought that is super neat to have here in the middle of Kansas.
That's awesome. Thank you, Casey. And thank you to all of our panelists for sharing with us today. It's always a pleasure to learn about other colleges and universities. So thank you very much for that. And thank you so much to all of the students and parents and counselors who have joined us this morning or are hearing this recorded later. When you close the window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We really appreciate any feedback that you can provide there. Also, as I mentioned before, this is just one of many sessions that are being offered. I think there are 2 more blocks of sessions coming up after this morning. So be sure to sign up to hear from some additional colleges and universities. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording at strivescan.com/Kansas. Thank you all again so much for joining, and have a fantastic day.